Page 1. Abilities of the Quartar Lords. In some circumstances, quadrant dialect, etc., called the Quatrolored, the four princes, one would be correct to assume that there are four Quartar Lords because there are, as pertains to our local universe. In our local universe, our Quartar Lord of the West has been denied his rightful place in purple. His father was betrayed as his half-brother falsely accused him before the Ogdu Hen, and though it came to nothing, it still left him now displaced. He has found himself fighting to stay alive as he rages in the streets where he has begun to flower forth his birthright powers. The Lord of the West, Affinity, Electric, Expulsion, Compression. These are the feats that have been witnessed as he rages in the streets.
Telekinesis principles.
1. All things are magnetic. 2. Things of a lower cycling magnetism are more difficult to move with kinetic influence. Observation has a capacity to magnify. Star. Observation in this context means to fix the attention upon a thing individually, i.e. in and of itself, as opposed to its relation to the other things. To describe all things as one is not only self-defeating, disempowering, it is also untrue. Even for the supernal dragon, dissolution is death, individuation is life. Individuation is not gained where you are thrown in like sheep, or what is the same because Jesus holds a pretty stick or some bullshit. And kinesis activation. 3 steps. 1. Observation. Focus attention upon an object, also known as the observation principle, used in conjunction with the rotation principle via visualization. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. 2. Stillness of mind. Stop thinking. You see, I have to show them. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I think I explained it well, but I tell people to stop thinking and they immediately go, I'm thinking about this now. So stop thinking. This being the actual nature of meditation. Unless you actively stop thinking, the mind can never rest except by the enlightened grace of the will. Or 3. Influence. Push or pull with personal, individuated, magnetic field. Boy, let's fix that, okay? Much more difficult as it sounds, as all 3 must be done simultaneously. Particle sense. As the Quartars were on set to affinity, actuation, and mastery, they diligently studied the physics, established sciences, and customs of the modern era, comparing it to the lost ages of the before. Pre-cataclysm era, alchemy was more similar. That most realized to chemistry. All 4 of the princes at this time started to know the nature of their affinity, each one a primal element. All could achieve at least a partial manifestation of the same. Having received word of their uncle's treachery, they secured the lands and flew, ran and rode for Xylithia. Bell, basically an ability to both hear and redirect magic, or EM, and psychic attacks. As a hostile intention, wave, or pattern of sound strikes at the QL, Quartar Lord, the QL can press into a specific point of the ear where it is ringing, as an auditory manifestation of the attack, and by using exact pressure to press the ring from the ear onto the fingertip, and by flicking the bell, ring, at electrical objects, then bounce the signal back to the source or away from his magnetic sphere. When it is done correctly, the ringing in the air will drop off significantly. Keep practicing. It's about timing. This silly-sounding technique is actually quite devastating to normals who foolishly step onto its path. Temporal superiority. A Quartar Lord being naturally... A Quartar Lord naturally being the largest present at the quaternary level of the local universe acts with full powers and implications of overmind of the local quadrant he rules. How does he rule? By existing. It means that you exist within my head.
Only Satan, Quartar Lord of the Western Quadrant.
Heir to the throne of the Quadrant Lord, there isn't a throne, just stand on youth.
Poor. Variation of the bell ability. Ringing in the ears can occur because of an overabundance of the elemental nature. One's affinity, when overflowing, can cause both auditory and visual hallucinations. Though it is good to be able to utilize one's affinity, overloading the magnetic field may make all abilities ready to manifest the very overflow causes them to be sluggish and clumsy, missing their mark, or even harming the QL. Poor was developed in order to discharge excess EM without becoming completely demagnetized. Bell is a costly trick that quickly demagnetizes but can be used even without stored EM. Pull is measured where the excess can be poured out while still retaining the magnetized state. Pour is utilized by pointing at an electrical object and then pouring the ringing ear down the arm which directs the current. Done rightly, the ringing will stop.
I will say, I said it. Tier lists and the stuff.
He says I don't have enough electric holding. God damn it.
Lightning bands. Solidify the density of the lightning zag, giving it a consistency almost like rubber. Though only slightly taking on material forms is, in this state it can be used. Having applied deductive reason, employing tests as to their hypotheses, the four of them shine through all the nonsense and depravity that only serve to make men weak. The long study and practice of the four crown princes became masters over Burgles, able to now create their affinity element in totality and at will. On scapegoating. Scapegoating, I think it fair to assume, must be thousands of years old. As a practice, scapegoating comes very naturally to slavers and human traffickers. It is also called sacrifice by proxy. Being that many human beings are trafficked from the day they are born, or bought, or abducted, out of their flocks of thralls, it becomes imperative to set up a few sacrifices so that the profits don't come into peril out of a single bust, as all those who are child thralls are taught to abuse and psychosexually abuse, that they assist in bringing the other children into submission. In childhood, they will prepare the sacrifice by treating them harsher, raping them more, punishing them first and harshly for the slightest transgression. And even though the masters may find a critical period of authorities looking too closely into their additional trade practices, they will start transferring all their guilt and fear unto the scapegoats by accusing them, abusing them, and raping them. And only
only viewing their every action with condemnation. And should trouble stir, they coax all the others to do the same at pace. In the end, most scapegoats have lost their will to live and become easy targets for monsters.